Hey guys, it's Derek there, Dragon from Red Dragon Airsoft. Got another review today. This one is of a different, unique pistol that is very familiar, should be very familiar to everyone with the original design anyway. And that is of WE's Black Lagoon styled longer M9. So the box isn't anything different. It's their standard M9 box. As you can see, the L is marked on here for the longer M9, which at first I was not too much of a fan of the longer M9, but it really does grow on you, and it really is a lot of fun to shoot. It adds a little bit more kick. They add a pretty tense spring. Since the slide is longer, you need a more tense spring to make a return, and makes it have a little bit more recoil, yet still a fast recoil. So it's a pretty nice kick. But enough talking, I'm going to open up the box here. As you can see, not only does it come with the silver M9, it also comes with two black standard M9 side grips, which is great because I know a lot of people are going to like the black ones over the white one. Not that the white one looks bad. So let's take this out of the box. As you can see, very, very shiny in the light. Let's get this box out of the way. This gun will also come with an orange barrel plug, but I took it off for video purposes. So, the gun. Now, like I said, this gun is a little bit different than their standard M9, the standard silver or longer M9. The reason being is the trademarks are definitely different and the side grips are different. And I made a video before this, and let's go ahead and clip it in.
I told you guys it was bright and sunny outside, which is definitely different of Portland, but since this gun is chrome, it works better for seeing the trademarks. You can see over on that side, 9mm Sword Cutlass, which is a nice little touch to a silver gun. And again, in the light, this thing looks very, very nice. It's all shiny. See the shing? Anyway, on the grip, it's got the Black Lagoon, or at least a pirate's skull, two swords. It's not really specific to Black Lagoon. That's kind of a normal thing with pirates, at least. Or today's pirates, I should say. On the other side, same thing. And then, this is the language I've been trying to figure out. I want to say it's Malaysian. I'm not sure. Pardon me if that's wrong. Definitely doesn't look Chinese. Definitely doesn't look Japanese. So, I really do not know. But there's the cool trade. I did find that pretty cool to put that on the slide. So, definitely cool trademarks right there. So, cool little chrome gun. They added some very nice trademarks to it.
Alright, so as you guys can see, there's some pretty cool trademarks, and again, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what language this is. Maybe it's Hmong, maybe it's Malaysian, I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone on the forum will fill me in on that. What I mean by the forum is I don't allow YouTube comments, so the forum will be, forum's open to comment as you wish, right over there down in the video information. Click on that, and you can comment about this video if you want. But yeah, I still don't know what language this is, but it adds a pretty cool touch, I will say that. Now, I'm just going to do this just for the sake of it, see what it looks like kind of with the black panels. I'm not going to put the black panels on, but I know a lot of people are going to be preferring that look over the white look. I'm not sure which to think, but it looks pretty good. This gun shoots at a pretty hot velocity compared to most other gas blowbacks. You wouldn't think this much longer of a barrel would make a difference, but it really does in pistol design, because when you add a barrel extension, it'll raise it from about 330 to about 400. And this one raised from about 330 to about 380 average. The first few shots will be about 400 feet per second. Then after that, it'll be about 380 average, somewhere around there on about a 80 degree day. On about a 65 to 70 degree day, it'll probably be somewhere around 365 feet per second. So for a gas blowback, that's pretty nice, and it is still pretty good on gas. But the only reason the feet per second is raised is because the barrel is longer. It makes that much of a difference. In the Chrono, I assumed they put a different gas blow valve in the magazine. I said they must have. But, by the way, this is the silver magazine it comes with. Adds a nice touch to it, and it sounds like an actual mag when it goes inside the gun. But back on topic here. I put in this magazine right here. That's in this gun. This is the SOCOM gear M9 with the silencer, all the trademarks and everything. This is made by WE though. The OEM is WE, but there's everything else is all the trademarks and stuff is SOCOM gear. But this is a standard WE M9 magazine. Put it in, and it was still shooting about 380 feet per second. So it's really the only difference is the barrel length. That's the only reason it's shooting hotter. And also another point to make, this is Tokimori compatible, so any Tokimori parts and Tokimori magazines will work in this gun perfectly fine, as long as, well, make sure if you're going for some of the upper portions, like a spring guide or something like that, you need to get the longer versions. Put this back over in the SOCOM gear one. This one is also available on the website, by the way. So the velocity is definitely a big difference because of the barrel, and it's definitely pretty awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, the slide is a bit longer, so the recoil and sound is a bit more, and it is single and double action, by the way. The safety is right on top like a standard M9. As you can see, the red dot is showing, which means you can pull the trigger. If you pull that down, nothing will happen. So there you go. How you field strip this gun: first eject the magazine, and just like any other M9, actually I'm going to zoom in on the gun here. Alright, so again, eject the magazine first, then push the button on this side, and flip the switch right over here, down, and you can pull your upper portion right off the lower portion. And as you can see, the spring guide, definitely a lot longer, and all of that. The barrel's longer, everything's longer, and this is unique slide with the trademarks on it. Other than that, the slide design is the same as any other longer M9, just the trademarks are the real difference, and the fact that it's silver. So it strips like the standard M9 though, nothing different about that. Put it back together, you simply slide it back on, push the switch back up, strip the magazine, and let the slide go forward. As you guys can see though, definitely a very heavy slide opposed to most M9s. So that is great. This gun also looks pretty good with the slide back. But of course, most M9s do. Anyway, this gun is not fully ambidextrous, but it's a pistol, so it's not too much of a concern. The only thing that's really not ambidextrous is the slide release, which is only on this side. However, if you're left-handed, it's really not that hard. So, no worries about that. As a whole, like I mentioned, this gun is very, very shiny. I can really show you that now as it flashes back into the camera. It's kind of hard to leave fingerprints. I know that's going to be a real concern for some people that like it as a kind of a collector's item, but it's going to be really hard to leave some fingerprints. I mean, you can if you really try, but it's not as easy as you would think. Same thing with scratching it. So, it's just a different finish. It's made out of the same material. So no need to worry about it being fragile or really being marked up. So no need to worry about that. The sights are standard M9 sights. However, the first one, the front sight has a red dot on it, making it easier to line up, which you guys will see a little bit better in the slow motion video I have at the end of this video. End of this review is what I mean. So cool front sight. That little red dot actually really does help line up for the next shot. Like I mentioned, this gun does kick more than a little bit more than other ones, so realigning the front post is going to be just slightly harder. Not that much harder, just slightly harder. But it definitely does help you realign the post. And the red, something about red is pleasing to the eyes. It does not. It's really easy on your eyes. Some colors, if you need the focus on them, will make your eyes hurt. As you probably noticed from some of my previous websites that weren't quite as well, aren't quite as good as the one up now. And if you look on the bottom of the magazine, it does say WE. So again, the OEM of this is WE. and everything about this is made by WE. WE is not too bad of a company. It's not anything amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's not KWA worthy, but it's not. I can't think of another company that's really that low in terms of gas blowbacks. It's not like a Chinese-made gas blowback or anything. So it's overall they have some experience with it. So it definitely is reliable. It's going to last you a while. It's pretty dang accurate. That's another thing I meant to point out. The hop-up unit on this, the way to access it, you got to take off the slide, pull it off, and you'll notice it has a fixed hop-up unit. This hop-up unit is made for 0.28 gram BBs or more, since this is shooting about 380 feet per second. So as you noticed in the accuracy test, if you are using 0.2s, they will go up. So you get higher gram BBs, you're gonna have to use those since this is not adjustable. However, do not get me wrong, that's pretty good. That's like fine-tuning your hop-up. And if you have higher gram BBs, this thing is going to be one dang accurate pistol because the barrel is a little bit longer. The hop-up unit is definitely pretty good. I've been somewhat impressed with WE's pistols in terms of the hop-up unit, especially their high kappa line. And really, they are, really, if you get higher gram BBs, this is going to be really, really accurate. So again, make sure to get some higher gram BBs if you decide to get this gun. This gun is easily skirmishable. I know a lot of people are going to want it for just collector's purposes to be a little bit different. But if you want to skirmish with this, it's not a bad choice. Reason being, longer barrel, higher feet per second, high accuracy. Pretty much the performance is very, very good when it comes straight down to this gun. Something I probably should have mentioned at the very beginning of this review, the whole gun is made completely of metal. The only part of it that is plastic are these side grips, like standard, like pretty much every other M9 made by other companies. So again, the whole thing is metal. Feels like aluminum, which is not a bad quality, not a bad material to make the guns out of, especially when it comes to the slides, because it's pretty light, but it's pretty durable, so it won't break. But the slide action will be pretty fast. Just like that, and give you a pretty nice sound. So not a bad quality to make them out of. Most companies do. A few companies go a little bit extra mile, like KWA, and use a little bit higher quality metals, and then it costs just slightly more. But again, definitely not a bad quality to make it out of. So again, the whole gun metal, besides the side grips, which by the way, both the side grips comes with. These are plastic as well. These are a little bit thinner than these. At least it feels like they're a little bit thinner. So, I don't know if you can complain about that. It kind of depends on your hand size. If your hand size is larger, then you'll like these original ones. If they're not, you'll like the other ones over there. So, that's something else to point out. Alright, so I think I've covered everything on this gun. If you want a different, you want a unique, you want an original gun, this is definitely one to go to. It definitely looks and feels, like your standard M9, except for sort of a different look. The silver is something that you like or you don't. I'm one of the people that's kind of in between. I think it looks pretty good. It's different. I like the more unique pistols, and this is definitely unique. The trademarks add a very nice touch to it, especially the language on the other side, which still, again, I really don't know what language it is. Sorry for being a little ignorant on that. Again, I think it's Hmong or Malaysian. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will correct me on the forum. But yeah, it's definitely unique, definitely interesting, longer styled M9, silver, cool trademarks. Definitely one for being a collector's item, or if you really want to take it into competition, you can go ahead and do that too. It's durable, great performance. So if you want to buy this gun, there's a link over in the video information to RDA's website. There's also a link in the video information to RDA's forum. So with that being said, I'll add in one more slow motion clip of this gun firing. I think I got some really good slow motion because it was sunny outside when I recorded the slow motion. That's changed now. Portland has a habit of being rainy and cloudy most of the time, so we got really lucky with the sun. But one more clip, and then that'll be the end of the review. So I will see all you guys next time.